Yo, this is Jay Brooks, and right now you're listening to the Lengthy Lads podcast, featuring Annoying Mouse, the average EAFC player, Bertie, aka the Gaffer, and Azza Gaming. So sit back, make a cup, and enjoy this episode of the Lengthy Lads. Bosh!
Yes, let's get lengthy. Welcome back to another episode of the Lengthy Lads podcast with me, the average FC player, aka Mr. Skill Issue himself, Azza, Annoying Mouse, and Shane to talk all things FC 24. So sit back, relax, and enjoy four mates just chewing the fat about FC 24. Now, gents, I can't lie. I've had that new playlist on every single day since it's been uploaded. Absolutely loving life, driving back and forth to work. So, Mouse, thank you so much for getting that sorted. But obviously, we need to get back to talking FC 24 itself. And more specifically today, the best promo in every game cycle, without fail, Team of the Year. But as always, we're going to go around the room, starting with the returning member of the Lengthy Lads, Shane, Bertie. Welcome back. I'm buzzing that you're back, mate. How are you doing? How was your champs this weekend?
I'm all good, man. I'm glad to be back. Missed you. All good, yeah. I've mixed it up this week and used my Liverpool squad. Just the 11 wins and out. Nothing really special from the packs, but it was pretty chilled. I've seen a lot of people moaning this weekend about champs and the gameplay and stuff like that, but for me, it weren't. I didn't really have any issues with it this week. But no, it was good to use a different team, and I always have fun with the Liverpool boys. So yeah.
Who was your favourite card this weekend? Do you think out of that Liverpool team?
You know what? I was amazed that Evo Matip that I'd done was an absolute rock this week. And I don't know what it was, because when I've used him before, it seemed to have just gone away with the times and was useless. But it was an absolute brick wall this weekend. So I'm going to go with John
for the badge.
Playing for the badge.
Is that the 82?
No, I've got him to an 85 now.
Oh, I was going to say.
It just seemed behind the curve, and I thought, I can't really use it. But yeah, I mean, I was 3-5-2, and he was the middle centre-back, and he was just a rock, an absolute wall.
Love that. Over to the second Liverpool fan in the Lengthy Lads then. Azza, how are you, sir? I watched most of your champs experience, though. So I know the answer to this question. But how was it? How was your champs experience, and how are you?
I'm not doing too bad, thank you. Cracking on with work stuff outside of FIFA, and keeping myself busy with streaming and YouTube content as much as I can. And as you mentioned there, yeah, I did stream my champs. The gameplay I found was really poor on Sunday, yet I still somehow went like 7-1, 8-1. And then when I continued then on Monday, I ended up 12-2, I think, at one point. And then it just went tits up. Tiredness kicked in, lack of patience, just weren't concentrating. Trying to recreate Fernando Torres' goal against Blackburn over and over just led to me just losing my head. So we gave away a couple of, I think we gave away like 5 wins in the end, but rewards were meh. I did save a few packs and stuff. So yeah, I can't really fault my champs experience. Two completely different days, really. Really laggy on Sunday and then fine on Monday, so can't really complain.
I mean, I was quite impressed with your gameplay, mate. So I'll give you that little bit of a kiss ass.
I was playing well, to be fair.
You were playing well. And to be honest, you know, Fernando Torres looks like an absolute beast.
Unreal, especially for the price he costs. Just his normal version. I can't wait for his better version with a Quick Step Plus, because his pace is only, I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I want to say like 89, 90, and he just gets away from everyone. It's unreal.
He does look. It looks pretty quick, mate. I'm enjoying watching your streams, especially. However, it is kind of making me think I need to buy Fernando Torres. So, I don't think I'm quite going to get there, but I need to try and work out how to use Eusebio first. But that's a complete other fucking ball game, isn't it? Mouse, I see your love affair with Alexander Sorloth is flying at a rate of knots and getting you extremely lengthy. But how are you, and how was your champs experience this extended weekend?
Yeah, I'm really good. We'll start off with champs. So I was going to start Friday, but then we were in Azza stream and we come across the realization that I could re-evo Sorloth up to an 88, but as a caveat that keeping balance expired in 24 hours. So that was the first issue. So I had no sleep, but luckily I did actually manage to get Sorloth completed, thank God. And to be honest, I'm probably one of the only ones in the game that's got this card because of the nature of it, who the card is, and the amount of time you had to get it done. There won't be this many of them around in the game, so I'm kind of quite proud of that, to be honest, that I've got that card. But champs was, do you know, I played this weekend just for fun. Didn't set any targets really, and just played for fun. I only got 9 wins, but I had probably my best champs experience I've had in a long time. I had my other Evo Babajida up top, and that was it. I just played with them two, and I was just trying to score outrageous goals and just trying to piss people off by scoring goals with players that aren't from the norm of what people would use. So I think I went 2 and 5. It was really odd. I went 2 and 5 on Saturday night. Then I got back to 8 and 5. Then ended up 8 and 10, and then got to 9 and 10, and then obviously gave a game away. So rewards were pretty much the same as they'd always be anyway. So, but yeah, no, it was a really good experience because, like I said, I wasn't playing for anything, and I was just playing for my enjoyment rather than playing to get to something, which was 100% my best way. And it's changed my mind now of what I want to do for the rest of the cycle. My team now, I want to go to having a unique team as possible. So a team that no one else is really rocking, and I just have fun and go from there, really. But yeah, loving life. So all good.
Yeah, I like that. I think my champs experience this weekend was so poor, I'm going to have to try and take a leaf out of your book because, as somebody tweeted me, I must have been cooked in champs, and I was. I was absolutely fucking awful this weekend. I can't blame the gameplay. I can't blame anything else. I will just have to blame me and my poor choices and my poor tactics that I was using, and it was just not working for me. So I got myself quite stressed this weekend, and basically said, I said to you boys in the chat, I'm never playing champs again. So yeah, I got 9 wins. I think I was like 9 and 7, 9 and 8 maybe, and I just went not doing anymore. Like just can't be bothered. So I need to take a leaf out of your book. So I'm going to start trying some new Leeds Evos and go from there, and hopefully then that'll then improve my experience of champs. Now, lads, the Team of the Year warm-up is here, and we need to talk today's content because we have got a shit ton. We have had an 87 plus radioactive Centurions blah 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 player pick. We've had daily login upgrades. We've got Henri's base icon SBC. We've got an 83x5 attackers pack, I believe, which is, I want to say, ludicrously priced. I don't know what you boys think about that, but I think, what is it, like an 86 squad or something ridiculous? Team of the Year daily play and completionist objectives, and something that we definitely need to talk about, a 600,000 coin store pack containing 2 UCL heroes. So much content. I mean, hopefully this is just the start of something beautiful this week and over Team of the Year. So we're going to be buzzing for it. But how do you guys feel about the content that we've got today? And how are you feeling in this run up to Team of the Year? We'll start with Az.
I'm feeling excited, but I think that's just the general Team of the Year excitement that comes in when Team of the Year comes around. I hadn't really paid too much attention to that pack in the store pack, but that does sound a bit nutty. 2 UCL players in there, but I came to the realization on stream during champs the other day that me only playing when it comes to champs and qualifiers is probably the reason why I'm not doing as well against the better players. So I actually want to play the game a little bit more going forward, and what better time to do it than Team of the Year, just to get back into the Elite Vision and just relearn some of the things that I've kind of forgotten to do against top players because I've been so used to just playing the kind of lower percentile. But obviously SBCs will keep me on there. Henri probably not so much. Should have been his Thunderstruck for me. I've managed to acquire quite a few packs as well, leading up to Team of the Year in the last 24 hours. So quite excited to open them up. And of course, I'm not limited by an RTG at the moment, so I wouldn't mind, just buying some store packs for once in Team of the Year. Unlike last year, where I kind of watched everyone else have all the fun. So it'll be nice to not have that ball and chain of an RTG this time round. So that's keeping me quite excited.
See, I love an RTG, and I love the thought of being able to pack things myself and not using store packs and just going from like League SBCs and things like that and playing untradeable. So I try that very much, but yeah, I do feel the jealousy. I think when I see people opening those like 3K FIFA point store packs and just going, oh, I could do that, but I won't do it with points. I would only do it with coins. Mouse, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's the problem is where the market is, I think. So like with those upgrades of being at the price they are, it's just because where the market is and how cheap it's been for 84 rates and stuff. It's just, obviously we've got to bear that in mind. Throwing an 87 in the mix does hurt it a little bit, but it is what it is. If you can afford it, you can afford it. If you can't, don't stretch yourself. Simple as that. Same as what, echo what Shane said on Twitter this afternoon, that there's no point. There's no point stressing yourself. You will either pack a Team of the Year or you will not pack a Team of the Year. There's no science to it whatsoever. And you could spend a shit ton of money and end up with a Mary Earps or something like that. So just don't stress yourself. If you can get them done, get them done. If you can't, don't. Simple as that. Echo Azza, the Henri should be the Thunderstruck one. Shouldn't be his base, but I don't know what his Thunderstruck's priced at currently. I don't know if that kind of filters into it. But again, we're going through
over 2 mil, I think.
Is he? So it's not extortionate. But we're just going through Team of the Year, so it's not like people aren't going to have, and the cards and stuff like that. I've only started. I had 0 packs at the beginning of Friday, and I've now got over 50, and not one of them's under an 82 rated. So the packs are there to be found this year. We were actually having a look earlier about what we had on the lead up last year, and we had an 83 times 10, which dropped in today last year. Apart from that, we never had all this stuff that we've been loaded up with on a daily basis from just playing the game. So I think it's probably the best chance you've ever got of packing a Team of the Year this year. Hopefully, and hopefully everyone will have blues left, right, and centre.
And we'll have two squads.
Exactly, you've got 2 squads. So when it rolls around to the icons, you'll be close to nearly 40, probably close to 40, I reckon, cards, I would have said.
Yeah.
With the 2 teams plus the honourables. So, I mean, yeah, just don't open packs now unless you have to. They're big packs, obviously little packs if you're grinding League SBC, stuff like that. You're still going to need everything coming back into the club to fund you. But something that I've been doing with League SBCs is doing them and opening the 2 tradable packs. That's it. That's all I've been doing is open the 2 tradables, keep the untradables. But just for the sheer fact, there's been no SBCs. So there's no, for me, I haven't wanted to do an SBCs and my club never runs that dry. So for someone like me, there's no point me opening packs anyway. But yeah, I'm happy. I just wanted to get started. I'm getting fed up. I'm waiting for 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon when they release the fucking teams and I can actually look through Twitter again.
Yeah.
Rather than having to speed flick, because trying to stay away from leaks is just nigh on impossible.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Somebody tagged me in one today and I messaged him straight away and was like, please don't do that again. Because I don't want leaks. I just think it's so much more enjoyable when it is a whole community thing. When we didn't get leaks and it was like Friday and everyone was just going, I'm buzzing to see what's next and trying to learn what it is or work out what it is via loading screens and stuff. That was always the best part. So leakers, stay off my page, please. Shane, how are you feeling about Team of the Year?
I'm like Mouse. I'm ready now. I'm ready for it. I've had a bit of a break the past week or so from Twitter as well as FIFA, and it's helped because I'm ready for it again. I'm ready to get back into it. I'm not a fan of that store pack. I think that's just an EA money spinner.
Oh
again, absolutely pointless, irrelevant. No need for it to be there. The upgrades, it's one of them. You look at it as you can do them multiple times, so you can do as many as you can do from your club or what coins you've got. You don't. But I just think some people have a mindset that they have to do everything out there, and like I might have said, I tweeted out earlier, it's important to realise that you don't have to do everything. Do what you can afford. So it is good that some of them are repeatable, because you might only be able to do 1 or 2 out instead of the 3. Or you might not be able to do the attacker one and might fancy the 1083s instead to stop them. You don't have to do all of them, because we're going to get a lot of shit coming out in the next week or 2. And it's going to be near on impossible to do it all.
Yeah, and I think it's important to remember that during Team of the Year, the last 3 years, 4 years especially, we've always had those league-specific upgrades come out. So there's a specific card that you're going for, look out for the league-specific upgrades, and you could just plough your commons and your rares into those and try and get them from there. So
it's like Mouse said as well, if you're going to pack one, you're going to pack one. It's
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
1,000 packs or 10 and get one. But this year is the easiest by far to get packs. Like if you've got coins, you can grind League SBCs, and the packs there are unlimited. You just keep doing it, and it's unlimited. You'll get rewards. There's stuff in the season. There's the daily login again. There's packs galore. So don't feel like you have to force yourself to do what's out, because there's plenty of ways to get packs.
Just quick, you obviously touched on there about the league specific upgrades.
Yeah.
Now, that becomes a lot more dangerous this year, does it not? Because the women's vote could come from fucking everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen a team, so I don't know if it's been leaked. I don't know if it has or not. But that we're talking the French league, obviously the normal leagues. But we've also got USA coming in.
I think they'll merge them. I think there'll be like a Premier League or Women's Super League upgrade.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but what do you reckon, like with MLS? Because obviously that's the one that would concern me.
Maybe they'll run that with like the German Women's League or something. I don't know.
Maybe, because there's fuck all in the German Women's League, is there? I don't think. Unless my Minge gets in there. But
I think I can't see there being one for every individual league.
No, I don't. Yeah, I can't see it, but another thing to think about, isn't it?
You never know, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe this year's the first year they don't bring out the league-specific upgrades, but I would be very surprised if they
Imagine they brought out just attacker ones that you could just repeat over. But you don't know. They could do anything. It's EA. Yeah. There's nothing's off the table, is it?
Yeah.
You never know of them this year.
Glaziers.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Jekko.
Yeah, you think you liked 83s now?
Yeah.
There's like treble the amount this year. Good luck.
Now, we've chatted the promo, gents, and today's content. But I'm wondering who each of us would like to see in Team of the Year. Now, I know there are going to be people listening to this knowing the full team already, that you might be listening to it later on when it's been leaked. But I want to know who you guys think maybe even deserves to be a Team of the Year, or who you would like to use on FIFA. So I know that Mouse, with his Team of the Year vote, has gone for players that he wants to use on FIFA rather than players that he believes should have been in Team of the Year. So mine is a little bit of both. So what we're going to do is we're going to go round the room, do goalkeepers first. Everybody choose their goalkeeper, and then we'll do our defenders, midfielders, attackers, and our 12th man. And then if anybody wants to throw the ladies' Team of the Year in there as well, then please go for it. A little caveat to that is I have basically just gone for the Lionesses for my women's Team of the Year, because I don't specifically watch too much women's football, something that I definitely need to work on.
I've done the same. Don't worry, Ryan.
Boo.
So we're going to go goalkeeper first. I will start. My goalkeeper that I have gone for in my Team of the Year vote is Edison. We're going to go up to Azza.
So before I say mine, can I just ask a quick question to you guys, Team of the Year related? What does Team of the Year mean to you? Do you see Team of the Year as the best players throughout the year? Or do you see Team of the Year as, okay, this player played in a team that went and won this, and this, so he kind of has to be in there? Because it seems to be such a topic at the moment. Because I'm going to go ahead and put Alisson in, right? Mm-hmm. And then people will be like, oh, what the hell did Liverpool do last year? And I'll just flat out say, I think he is the best goalkeeper on the planet. So how does he not get into a Team of the Year? Like, that's the way I look at it. And I don't know how you guys look at it. I'd be quite interested to hear that.
Yeah, personally, obviously, like I said, I've done my vote completely differently. But from a point of view, it should be the best 11 players in the world. That's simple as that. In that position, whoever's
Exactly.
the best player in every position in the world,
Over the course of that year.
I hark back to this all the time, right? That Igor Bishkan won a fucking Champions League trophy. Yeah, Jimmy Traore won a Champions League trophy. Which doesn't mean he should be in a fucking team of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit players that have been in good sides and they've just been dragged through it. So, no, I think you're right. It should be the best 11 players in the world. That's the whole idea of it, is it not? Team of the season, slightly different, I think, but because there's more to it. But for team of the year, it should be the 11 best players in the world.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I do agree, but I think it should. You've got to caveat it by saying it's the 11 best players in the world that year. So, for example,
yeah.
I think that Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the best players in the world. Do I think he should be in Team of the Year? No. Because I don't believe he's had the best year. I believe he's gone to Saudi Arabia and he's playing in a Farmers League. But in my opinion, he is still one of the best players in the world. He could be one of the best players in the world. So, yeah, I do agree with you, but just I'd throw in it has to be over the course of 2023,
Yeah.
Shane, what do you do? What's your opinion?
My what you want my goalkeeper?
No, what's your opinion on Team of the Year? How do you view it?
Mine's heavily based on the Premier League because that's the main league I watch. I don't really watch La Liga, so I just think it'd be wrong for me to say Theo Hernandez has been the best left back in the world this year because I can't say I've watched him play this year. That's the way I look at it. Some people I think people base their opinions on FIFA quite a lot when they don't actually watch the players play.
Yeah.
Like I'd be lying if I said Theo Hernandez is the best because I wouldn't have a fucking clue. I've never can't say I watched him play regular. I'll probably see him in the Champions League. That's it, or for France. So mine's heavily Premier League based.
Okay, there you go, Az. Hopefully that answers your question. Az has done Alisson. Mouse, I'm going to guess you've done the same.
Yeah, I have indeed. I've done Alisson, and I'll throw my women's one in as we go, which is Endler, because it was the only one that's over 6 foot. Simple as that. But yeah, had to be Alisson because he's the best goalkeeper in the world. There's no, I don't know why anyone thinks anything different. I know people say, "Oh, Liverpool bias." No, it's because he's the best fucking keeper in the world. Simple as that. Done. Happy days. Shut up, Morgan.
Shane,
I've gone Alisson because for me he was the best keeper in the world by a mile. Because Liverpool had a shit season, and without him, I think we'd have finished bottom half of the table. To be honest,
I agree.
Yeah.
He saved us massively last season, along with Salah. Massively.
I'd like to just point out I chose Edison because he doesn't play for Liverpool. But yes,
and he is a great keeper as well.
I do believe that Alisson could well get into Team of the Year. My female keeper is Mary Earps, Lioness, one sports personality of the year, decent keeper. That's all I know. Sorry.
When you pack her, I'll remind you of that.
Yeah. But if I pack her, it's a Team of the Year, and
it is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, all right, fair play.
Right then, we'll do defenders. I controversially have not chosen Virgil van Dijk, and the only reason I haven't chosen Virgil van Dijk is because I really don't want to see a Team of the Year Virgil van Dijk card up against me on FIFA. So that's the reason behind it. I think he is possibly the best, if not, one of the best, if not the best centre-half in the world. But I didn't choose him, again, because I knew that you guys would all probably choose him and it would be funny. So I've chosen William Saliba. I've chosen John Stones. I've chosen Kim Min-jae, and I've chosen DiMarco. DiMarco I thought was absolutely unbelievable in the Champions League final, so I chose him. Yeah. Kim Min-jae was the highest rated defender in the Ballon d'Or rankings, so I chose him. And I think John Stones has absolutely revolutionised the centre-back position, alongside Pep Guardiola, over the course of the last year or so. So I've gone for him, and I also think he's cool. And Saliba, I did it because I saw an argument between a specific member of the podcast and another member of the football FIFA community saying that Van Dijk and Saliba, the whole Van Dijk Saliba, thing was going on. So I think that was Safety, actually. Was it Safety and you, Shane, by any chance?
It was.
So I just chose William Saliba to piss you off a little bit.
I've chose Saliba. Would have pissed me off.
All right, we'll go Shane then. You've chose Saliba.
I've gone Saliba. I thought he was tremendous again. I think he is an unbelievable defender for his age as well. I mean, I obviously watch him a lot because I watch the Premier League, and faultless at most of the time. I think he's an unreal centre back. I've also gone Van Dijk just because exactly what you said. I think he gets. I don't know if it's just because he plays for Liverpool. I don't. It seems there seems to be an obsession with Van Dijk that he's not as good as he was, but you have to realise the level he was at. Like, to know how good he actually is. He might not be playing at that level that he was before, which I think he probably is this season, but he set the bar that high. People think that his level underneath that is like shit, and it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't really understand it. I went Kyle Walker because I thought he was unbelievable last season.
He was.
Trent has the past few months, but over the year, I think I'd have to go with Walker. And John Stones as well. John Stones for me, I think's unbelievable.
I mean, even for England as well, John Stones.
Kind of cheated and didn't have a left back, but
yeah. I mean, I've got Kim Min-jae at right back, so it's fine.
I don't see. Am I missing something with him? Like, why is he that high in the rankings? I don't get it.
He was so good for Napoli. He was so good. Don't forget, Napoli won the Serie A title for the first time in God knows how long. And he got a massive move. He got a massive move.
In the summer?
Yeah, he went to Bayern in the summer.
Big signing as well.
You think a very similar thing happened with De Ligt a couple of years ago, didn't it? When he was amazing. He was amazing at Ajax and went to Juve, didn't he? And got a team of the year. Team of the year.
But they had a good run in the Champions League that year, didn't they? Did Napoli last year?
Napoli got to, I don't know, quarters, I think, potentially last year. Oh, no, they went deep, didn't they? I think they went semi-final. Yeah, I've got a funny feeling.
The
Italians did do well last year in the Champions League, to be fair.
If he did, then fair play.
Azza?
So I've gone traditional left back, right back, and two centre halves. So I've gone for the only left back I ever see. I follow all these football accounts and stuff. The only one I ever see making any kind of ripples is DiMarco for Inter Milan. He was a joy to watch in the Champions League as well. Can't say I watch him on a week-to-week basis, but from what I've seen, he seems to be the guy throughout 2023. The other fullback, right side, I would have went Kyle Walker if he was nominated. I do not understand why Kyle Walker wasn't nominated. So I thought if I can't have my actual pick, I'll just go for Trent because he's my favourite player on the planet. So he gets in just for that reason there. And then obviously my other centre half then is Ruben Dias. Obviously what he did with Man City and what he's been doing the last couple of years has been incredible. You know, it's him and Van Dijk. They set the bar, didn't they? So he had to be in there. And then I was thinking of John Stones, and then I was thinking to myself, did I even see John Stones play much last season? And then I looked, and he only had like 20 Premier League appearances, and I was thinking, I don't know if I'd put Stones in. But then I was also thinking the way he revolutionised kind of that inverted role, and we're seeing it kind of other managers try it and stuff now. So I thought, you know what, I'll stick Van Dijk in because he's the best centre-back in the world instead. So, just went for Van Dijk. Shane mentioned it earlier that Van Dijk is the bar. He is that level. And obviously, we only get part of the season, the current season in 2023. But I'd argue the season he's having now is looking like one of his best seasons. He looks like he could get to that level. So even him being only a little bit of the season in 2023 at that level, I still think trumps him over a lot of centre halves. But it would have been Willy Saliba if not Van Dijk. But I do fancy the man, so he gets in.
He's a fanciable bloke.
You think you will never find a centre back who fucking people celebrated someone dribbling by him.
He's nuts.
Bar he set.
Yeah.
I'm adamant that people just do it because he plays for Liverpool half the time. Genuinely.
Yeah.
100%.
He also used to play for Celtic, and people don't like Celtic too. Right, I'll move on to my Mouse. Have we done yours? We haven't
No.
done yours, have we? Go on then.
Prick. Second time in a row.
I did that last week as
You
well.
Did it
did.
to me last week, yeah.
Yeah. Right. So obviously mine's not based on real world. So right back, we've got Trent because I used him early game and I really liked him, and I'd like him to have a decent card because I don't really remember having a really good Trent card because like I said, when I joined Foot a lot later, I don't really remember the one where we had team of the season. So next up is Koundé because his winter wild card is ridiculous. So I'd love him to have a decent centre back card. Bremer because his gold card was amazing at the beginning of the game. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'd love. And then another because of his winter wild card, Grimaldo. He's ridiculous. That winter wild card is an amazing card. So yeah, him at left back. I know there was an Evo that unfortunately I didn't have the team of the week, unfortunately, so I couldn't do it. But yeah, I'd love him to have another good card as well. And then my women's one, Rolfo, because it's criminal she's not had a special card because at the beginning of the game she was unbelievable.
Yeah, I remember you telling me to hold her. The prize report.
Yeah, and then some twat on TikTok decided to just destroy the fucking market. And then Mappy Leon because she'll be amazing. Basha because she's probably the best female player I've used in the entire cycle so far. She's ridiculous. And then for sheer comedic reasons, Irene Paredes because I'd lose my mind if Azza packs her.
Yeah, so, I'll be fuming.
Yeah, so yeah, she had to be in it.
The most packed walkout in the history of FIFA.
Yeah,
alongside Bernardo Silva. My women's vote was I have gone for Honor Battle at right back because I saw she had an incredible Evo. I've gone for Rolfo because of the same reason as you, Mouse. I've gone for Millie Bright because Lioness. And I've gone for
second best
left back on the game, Karchawi.
Second best
left back on the game. Facts. Moving on to the midfielders then, gentlemen. I'm going to go females first now. So my three midfielders are Georgia Stanway, Kira Walsh, mainly again because Lionesses, and Alexia Patelas because I can imagine she'll get one, even though I'm pretty sure she's had an ACL injury this year and I don't think she's played very much. So I don't know whether she will get one. So I've gone for her. My central three are Rodri because, I mean, I think it's self-explanatory. He is just ridiculous. Jude Bellingham, again, self-explanatory, ridiculous footballer, and has been incredible this year. And I mean, just for England in general, he's been amazing. And I've gone for Ilkay Gundogan. A bit of it, I don't know if it's out there, but I think Ilkay Gundogan is one of the most underrated footballers in the world. And I think what he did for Man City last year, or what he did in a Man City shirt last year when De Bruyne was, out injured a little bit and, being the captain and everything like that, I think he was absolutely fantastic. So that would be my three. Let's go to Azza for your three.
So I think my midfield three is probably the same midfield three 99.9% of people picks itself. I've gone for Rodri as the holding midfielder. I mean, you talk about Trent and co revolutionising the position. I think he's really brought the defensive midfielder role into the future. I've seen him doing stepovers on the edge of the box the other day.
This weekend, yeah.
Yeah, he's unreal. He's scoring from there. He's unreal in defence. He's unreal in attack as well. So I put him in there. He's been great in that Man City team, and arguably would be their biggest loss if they were to lose him. Followed by who I think would be their second biggest loss, Kevin De Bruyne. He come back the other day and proved exactly why he's in Team of the Year. It took him 10 minutes to make me really sad and think, oh shit, yeah, maybe we might not win the league. He's incredible. He was incredible all through the year. And the third midfielder is my favourite non-Liverpool player. It's Jude Bellingham. He's unreal. He's got the best shape up I've ever seen, and he's one of the best box-to-box midfielders in the world, and he will be for the next 10, 15 years. Future Ballon d'Or winner, I think. He's unreal. He's that good.
And he's English.
And he is English, unfortunately. But you can't have everything, can you?
Well, yeah, fair point. So I got nothing to say. Yeah, I can agree with that. De Bruyne or Gundogan would have been out of the two that I would choose from in that sense. So Shane, what about you?
Mine's exactly the same as Az's. I got
Self-explanatory.
De Bruyne for me is just a game changer. Having him back it just makes the difference, don't it, for them?
It's unreal.
I've got Rodri as well for the same reason. I think if Liverpool had Rodri this year, I think we'd win it all. I think he's that much of a difference, like that holding midfielder. He's exactly what we had in Fabinho them couple of years when Fabinho was like at his top level. And Bellingham is just a joke. He should be a Liverpool player, but fucking John Henry's got blood in his hands. Because if he was had any ambition at all, I genuinely still believe Bellingham would have joined us if we'd have gone for him all guns blazing.
I like to think so as well.
I think many, like Az says, I think many will pick that 3.
Yeah, it picks itself, doesn't it? I mean, it's like we say with Van Dijk, he sets the bar. So does Rodri, so does De Bruyne, and so does the young boy Bellingham.
I don't really like him, but he's an unbelievable footballer in Bernardo Silva. I think he could probably go in instead of maybe Rodri as well. But yeah,
he does anything he's asked of as well, Bernardo. I mean, I'm sure he's playing left wing back once.
Incredible football. And he's been linked with leaving them quite a few times as well.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've never really understood.
To continue the Man City suck off, I have also gone for De Bruyne because he was my first big gold card that I packed this year. And I did use him at the beginning of the game. So he's definitely got to be in there. Declan Rice had his Trailblazer, and it was quite limited in time, but it was such a good card.
Great for the time.
So I mean, I'd love to have a really decent end, but he'd end up on the lower side of obviously the vote if he does get in anyway. And one whose card I always really like in FIFA games is Barella.
Yeah.
Love a nice high end Barella card as well. So yeah, he would be my third. And then for the women, Bonini, because she had that incredible Foundations card that was really, really good. Gaoro, which I don't need to explain to someone like Shane. She's such a good card. She has only literally just left my team now, but yeah, a Team of the Year version of that card would be incredible. And then I wanted to have a blue minge, so that was my third one. Just
blue waffle.
Just be a great no,
you ruined it.
No, just a blue minge. I was just going to tint the top. That was it. Yeah.
God's sake. As is like one of those kids that has Tourette's. You say something, and he's just like, "It's got to come out. It's got to come out."
Yeah, that's what all my teachers said. Funny enough.
Yeah, it's just that it was the giggle afterwards that got me.
Perfect blue waffle, though, isn't it? A blue minge. That's what a blue waffle is.
It was. Yeah, and I was trying to not say it.
Oh, dear Lord. Dear Lord.
I thought that's what you were hinting at, to be fair.
No.
Oh, dear. Right. Attackers then, gents. I'll go women first again. I've gone of a front 3 of Chloe Kelly, Lauren Hemp, and Rachel Daly. All Lionesses. Deserved. And funnily enough, are they all blonde? I think they're all blonde too. Didn't even mean that.
All right, Hitler.
Arian.
Calm down.
my front 3, I would guess 2 of them are self-explanatory and one of them is not. Erling Haaland obviously has to be in Team of the Year. Not only will his Team of the Year card be absolutely amazing, but his performance this year has been ridiculous, and that's all I have to say. Kylian Mbappe as my left winger, again putting up ridiculous numbers in a Farmers League, but doing really, really well again, and a ridiculous FIFA card. And I've gone Lionel Messi because he's the best player in the world without doubt, and I love him. Shane?
I've gone Haaland, obviously, goal machine. Just ridiculous numbers last year, ridiculous. Mbappe. and the Egyptian king.
Mo Salah.
I mean, it probably is a bit biased, but I just think, again, like Allison, I said earlier, I think without him and Allison last year, we'd have been absolutely fucked. I genuinely do think we'd have been bottom half of the table without them two. And yeah, he just does it every year. People wanted to get rid of him in the summer, and it just fucking blows my mind, to be honest. It just consistently does it every year, and I think he's, outside of Liverpool fan, I think he's probably the most underappreciated footballer in the world. I just don't see him get, for what he's done, like his numbers and stuff like that is ridiculous for a winger. Ridiculous.
Yeah, the goals he's scored are ridiculous, and the assists. Just in general, one of the greatest players I've ever seen play. Okay, Mouse.
So with my women's one, I've gone with Hemp because I had her early game again, and she was such a good card.
Whipped past play style.
Oh yeah, she was amazing.
Into Sorloth.
Exactly. Yeah, amazing. The next one's actually one that I've packed, but I haven't managed to use because I just felt she was a bit behind the curve. Was that Reeton, the Chelsea left winger?
Yeah.
And I heard some good things about her, and she's Norwegian as well. So yeah, like that. And then another one, it's just a card that fucking destroys me every time I play against it, and that is the Smith card.
Sophia
That
horrible,
that Trailblazer card is horrific to play against. Like I've never known a card like it. It literally moves like it's glitched. And it's a pain in the ass to play against, but I haven't used it, but I'm pretty sure it would, if I could get it, it would be amazing. And then onto the men's, I have gone for King Mo. Down to the sheer fact that if he gets a team of the year, I think he'd get a 4-star weak foot. and it always lets Salah down having a 3-star weak foot. I think it'd be nice to give him a 4-star weak foot. So there we go. Another one. Next one is Ocean Man, because he's a big, tall striker. I'd love to give him a go. And then, again, another big striker, one whose TOTS card I had so much fun with last year, and that would be Harry Kane. Would be my third.
Harry Kane.
Just the sheer fact that I'd know I'd get on with that card, and it'd have decent pace, and it would be great fun.
And the numbers he's putting up in the Bundesliga is a joke.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. By November, he'd already beaten the top scorer record in the Bundesliga from the year before, the season before. Well, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's mad.
He's supposed to have scored 25 already or something stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I can imagine you would enjoy all those cards on FIFA, to be honest, mate. Yeah. However, how many of them are going to get a Team of the Year card? I couldn't
Probably
tell.
one.
Probably they might.
One or two.
Couldn't they, De Bruyne?
And Azza, your front three, please.
A lot like my midfield three. I think these are the ones you're going to see everywhere. I've gone for the GOAT, Lionel Messi. I just think so long as he's playing football, he'll always be the best player in the world. What he can do with football is just incredible. I know, obviously, he'll have his debates and stuff, but the guy makes me want to go out and play football every time I see him. He's unreal, and a bit of a shame he is where he is at the moment, but I don't think, like I said with Allison, if you're the best in the world at what you do, you're the best in the world at what you do, and you get into these things for me. So, gone for him. I've gone for Haaland. Like I said, he just come into the Premier League, absolutely tore it apart. What he's been doing is just unreal. The numbers he's been putting up, absolutely incredible. And then the third one is Kylian Mbappe. I think once Messi goes, I think he will be the best player in the world. He's unreal. It does kind of scare me a little that he hasn't hit 30 goals in a season yet in a Farmers League when, him and Haaland are considered the two best, and Haaland's doing it in the top league in Europe. But yeah, what he did in the World Cup final, obviously a different year, but you see a player do that and you see him playing week in, week out, and he's almost made that low finish while looking to the right and then go into the bottom left corner his own style of goal. And I think when you can do that, when you've coined a certain type of goal, you're one of the world's best. So he flies in there for me with his 99 pace.
Yeah, I think I agree with Kylian Mbappe. He's going to be the best player in the world when Messi retires, without doubt.
Yeah.
Probably followed very closely by Erling Haaland. I would have thought maybe Kevin De Bruyne. Or the thing with De
And
Bruyne,
Jude.
I will say, and Jude. The one thing I will say with De Bruyne is that I can't get on with his new haircut.
No, it's too Grealishy for me.
It's very liony, isn't it?
It's a bit. I saw him at the F1 like a few weeks ago, actually a couple of months ago, and I saw his hair when it was long then. But I would just like to point out that Haaland will never be the greatest player on the planet because he's not even the best in his own fucking country. I'd just like to state.
That
So
is
there you
fair,
go.
mate. Do you know what? I take back what I said. Sorloth is the king.
Just plagued by injuries. That's all it is. It's just injuries holding him back. I'm telling you.
Now, obviously, we have done our team of the year, and hopefully, you guys listening at home can send us in your team of the year or chuck it on the Discord, etc., etc. But we are going to go for our 12th man. This is an extra person, obviously, that we would like to see have a promo card in team of the year or throughout team of the year. My 12th man, I haven't even thought about, to be quite honest, but off the top of my head, this is going to really shock you three. The 12th man that I'd go for is Trent Alexander-Arnold. And the only reason that I would go for Trent Alexander-Arnold is because I would absolutely love to see a Trent card that has a right back and a centre mid or right mid as a backup position.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And I just believe that his card could be an absolute game changer on FC24. So that would be my choice for 12th man. Not because of his performances over the year. I do believe he's unbelievable, but yeah, that would be for me. So let's go to Mouse. Who would your 12th man be? Can't be Sorloth.
Yeah. It probably would be Haaland actually for me, just for the sheer fact that I know again I'd be able to use that card. I used the better version of it, so it'd just be using a slightly less good version of Sorloth. So yeah, Haaland for me.
Shane?
Mine would probably have to be Thiago.
That's the most unbelievable shout I've ever heard. Like,
He was quality, he was, man.
I don't know what
I'm having Archie Gray then. I'm having Archie Gray.
No, on a serious note, I'm going to go Vinny Jr.
That's a shout, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good shout, yeah.
I mean, I don't watch La Liga regular, but you see obviously Madrid a lot, and he looks like he's becoming fucking unplayable, doesn't he?
Well, he was yesterday.
Yeah, he looks a fucking player.
I think there's also like things like that. I think there's no mistaking of why he's had a 92 Thunderstruck card already. I think they know things like that he's, potentially he's like going to miss out. So
yeah, I mean, even good shout. That I wasn't a fan of Rodrigo, but he looks to be a turn into a player for them as well.
Yeah,
but they've got a young side, haven't they now as well?
They have.
Yeah,
they built it very well. I think.
Yeah, they have.
Bastards.
I think if they were to get Mbappe, that front three would be ridiculous.
Oh, stupid.
With Bellingham in behind as well.
Yeah.
And Valverde.
And I do think they'll get Mbappe as well eventually.
Yeah.
I do think.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
He'll go. He'll go there definitely over the course of the next.
Team they've built is unreal.
Yeah.
As who would your 12th man be?
So it was going to be Vinicius Jr. So I think I'll take a page out of Mouth's book, and I'll go for what I would like to see most in FIFA, and that would be João Pedro. I would love to see a João Pedro.
That's fair. You do love him.
Yeah,
I was only joking with Thiago, mate. I was only joking.
He's amazing. So yeah, I'll flip it and go for what I want to see most in FIFA, and nail João Pedro with some playstyle pluses.
Yeah, I mean, he was brilliant.
I'm going back to Thiago then.
All right, I'm going Crescencio Somerville just for his 12 goals that he's got this season. Ethan Ampadu. Disgrace he didn't get a team of the week. I'm actually fuming.
Yeah, I was fuming with that, by the way.
Ridiculous behaviour. EA, sort your fucking head out. Give your head a wobble. That's ridiculous. Right, gents. Enjoyable discussion. Next thing, I just want to have a little glance over a Team of the Year icons. Are there any icons that you guys really, really want to see as a Team of the Year icon? Again, I know they've been leaked. I haven't seen it, haven't seen the icons that have been.
Have they been leaked? Is that a fact?
I've seen one.
Okay,
okay,
so
that's a good sign then.
I think 3 have been leaked.
No, they're just the SBCs, mate. I think the ones you're thinking about.
Okay, well that's all right then. If they're just the SBCs, then okay.
Yeah, I've seen one of the Team of the Year ones.
Are there any icons that you guys believe you would really enjoy using as a Team of the Year icon? Obviously, they get that little bit of a stat boost, etc., etc. Azza, let's start with you. Who would you choose if you could have one Team of the Year icon to move into your club that you could pack?
Well, I actually put a kind of a post up about this on which ones I would have wanted. So if I was to choose any, I would probably go with Big Pat Vieira. I think he's been done a bit dirty with his base icon, and I think he deserves a really big promo icon. I don't think his base icon reflects how good of a player he was. And so if you're going to give him a promo one, give him the biggest possible one and make up for what you fucked up in the first place.
Fair enough.
Simple as that.
Simple
Don't
as
mince
that.
your fucking words, yeah?
Yeah, simple as that. He's an 88, isn't he, his base icon?
He is 88, yeah.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ludicrous.
I don't think it's enough either, yeah. I agree.
Mental.
Shane, what about you?
It's just, Sawa has been unbelievable for me, but I would love to get an absolute solid Stevie G card in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, just make him more usable. Like, I remember when he had 3 versions last year, like the baby one was the better one, or the middle one, I think it was, with his skinhead.
Skinhead one.
The higher the rating got, the card just seemed to get worse. It just didn't make sense. But yeah, for me, a Stevie G, it'd have to be.
Will be absolutely lovely to see an actual usable English icon that's not fucking shite. Mouse?
Mine's really random, but it comes from a few years ago when I packed his 90 rated. And that is actually Henrik Larsson. Now, I think he's been done so dirty this year with his cards. With an 86 base, I had a 90 rated with the long hair as well. I had him and who was it? Him and Badger, I think it was. Yeah, just an absolute souped up Larson card because I enjoyed it so much a couple of years ago that it'd be nice. But to give him an 88 that's currently 33k on the market, I hate what they do with icons anyway.
That's poor form, isn't it?
It's disgraceful that we're treating supposedly icons of the game with shit cards that are limited to that is just a shambles. But yeah, I'd really like a nice Larson card. Keep it Scandinavian.
We spoke about it on one of the first pods I think we did. We were saying how badly icons have been done on this game. I remember
it's disgraceful.
It was one of the first episodes we did. We were saying like some of the cards are just like I think we mentioned Bergkamp and players like that are just not. They're just not usable.
No, and there's no reason for it. They control the code, so there's stuff they can do to these cards, but they just don't bother because they don't sell packs.
Yeah,
that's the problem. For a Larson card, you're thinking what Celtic fans, you'll get the odd United, Barca, and Swedish obviously, but I'd love him to have a nice card. It'd be great, long hair.
He'd be a good candidate for one of those ones that get demoted to heroes, but a juiced up version of a hero.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
like a really meta hero. I think he'd be good for that, like the Ginola kind of level.
Yeah, I don't. We'd said with icons before. I don't necessarily agree with icons. I think icons should only probably be 20 players.
There's too many.
Way too many. Roy Keane, yeah, all right. He was a good central midfielder, but he's not an icon.
No, not an icon of the game. No.
No one grows the same as no one grows up to be a Gary Neville. Like it's that kind of thing. There's very few people that a lot of these icons. No one grew up wanting to be Davor Suker. I'm sorry, they didn't.
I didn't know who he was before.
They just didn't. No, that's what I mean. They didn't. So. Things like that does need change. And yeah, they should be, all right, yeah, heroes. We've spoken at length before of, whether having it to clubs and like club heroes and stuff like that. But anyway, I'll get way off topic, but I want Larson.
I didn't know who Alu Iran was before FIFA either, to be fair.
No one knew who he was.
No one knew.
My icon is based around my love of a specific player who is basically unusable on this game. I would choose Team of the Year icon Pavel Nedved.
Oh yeah,
It's a great
I
shot.
I like that.
I absolutely adored Pavel Nedved way back when he was playing for Juventus. My dad absolutely adored Pavel Nedved when he was playing for Juventus. I think my dad was probably jealous of his hair more than anything. But I can just the memories that I have of watching the Czech Republic and watching Pavel Nedved playing with Milan Baroš and Jan Koller, I think it was was up front. Iconic memories for me as a kid. So he'd be the one, and it would also give me a decent left winger that is better than fucking Paolo Future that I just again cannot get on with. Just like this Eusebio card that I'm apparently that's a skill issue. So.
Azza just literally looked at you like he was going to kill you.
Yeah,
like,
he loves
no
it.
lie.
He loves it. But again, watching Azza streams and watching him kill it with Futura makes me feel like shit. Because I'm constantly just like, why can't I do this? I am so fucking ass at this game.
The best thing about that as well is I actually had another tab open while you said that. So I weren't even looking directly at you, but I knew what I was like looking towards.
Now, gents, something else that we really, really need to talk about is this versus promo. Obviously, we spoke about it last week, and Shane wasn't here to do that. So I thought I'd just, skirt over it a little bit, but just make sure that Shane knows my opinion. Everybody knows my opinion on the promo. It was wank. Okay, gents, it's now time for the part of the pod that Azza forgot last week. And we're going to move on to Azza's bit where we discuss the games coming up at the weekend and we try and predict our scores. Az, over to you.
Thank you very much. It has been a little while since we played with my bits. I've been playing by myself, but we haven't played together in a while. So let's get back to it. In case any of you have forgotten, it's 2 points for the correct scoreline, 1 point for the correct result, and also a bonus point for the closest to the first goal scored across these games. And the games we have gone for, because there was so many to pick from this week, is Arsenal at home to Palace, Brentford at home to Forest, Sheffield United at home against West Ham, Bournemouth at home to Liverpool, and then Leeds at home against Preston. And seeing as he loves to talk so much, I think we shall start with Ryan. So if I could get your predictions for Arsenal versus Palace first.
2-0 Arsenal.
Lovely. Brentford versus Forest.
I'm going to go 1-0 to Brentford.
Sheffield United versus West Ham.
I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham.
Oof. And then the Cherries, Bournemouth against Liverpool.
4-1 Liverpool.
Tasty. And then your lot.
Solanke to score.
Solanke boy. Yeah, and then your lot against Preston.
Oh, slippery one with Preston because
Sticky one.
We notoriously don't do well against Preston. So I will go for I'll go 3-1 Leeds.
3-1 Leeds.
Somerville hat-trick.
And what minute do you predict the first goal to come in?
I'm going to go for the 6th minute, please.
The 6th. Playing it safe. I like it. I'll move to Shane next as well, because he might shout at me like he did last time he did this. So, Shane, if I get your Arsenal versus Palace.
I'm going to go Arsenal 3-1.
Nice. Brentford versus Forest.
2-2.
Ooh. Sheffield versus West Ham.
West Ham 4-1.
And then mighty Bournemouth against Liverpool.
It's at Bournemouth, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's away.
Liverpool 3-1.
Ooh. And then last but not least, Leeds versus Preston.
Leeds 2-0.
2-0 Leeds. And the minute you think the first goal will come in.
I'm going to go the 10th.
10th. Sweet. That's locked in. 6th and 10th. And last but not least, Mouse, if we could get your Arsenal v Palace.
2-2.
Ooh.
Jesus.
I like Palace in big games. I got them up at the Etihad, didn't we?
Since
2-2.
when was Arsenal a big game, though? Brentford versus Forest.
2-0 Brentford.
Sheffield v West Ham.
3-0 West Ham.
Bournemouth versus Liverpool.
3-0 Liverpool.
And then Leeds versus Preston.
3-3.
3-3.
What a game. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Going to give you a point.
Wouldn't mind watching the highlights on that.
No.
And then the minute you think those goals come in.
7th.
7th. Oof. Just on top of Ryan. How he likes it.
Yeah, baby.
So I have gone for 2-1 Arsenal against Palace. I've gone 1-1 Brentford v Forest. Gone 3-0 West Ham against Sheffield. And I've written down here 4-0 to Bournemouth because I've clearly got it the wrong way round. So Liverpool 4, Bournemouth 0 is what I'm supposed to have written there. And then a cheeky 2-0 victory for the Leeds. And my early goal, Liverpool coming off a break. We could either concede or score within the first 5. So I'm going to go 5th minute. And that wraps up Azza's bits for this week.
I'm surprised you're writing Forest though for Brentford.
I just feel like it's got a draw written on it.
Brentford have lost. I didn't realise Brentford have lost their last 5. Forest beat Man U and beat Newcastle, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but run's got to come to an end. They've lost Forest.
I thought Brentford were doing better than they are, to be honest. I'm amazed by that. I didn't realise.
I was surprised at their league position when I looked.
I mean, they've got a few games in hand.
Yeah, good games in hand, don't they? But
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise we were doing that bad.
It's always important to wrap up Azza's bits. As always, thank you so much for tuning into the Lengthy Lads podcast. We hope you have an amazing team of the year. And please ensure to let us know if you pack anything over the course of the promo. Drop us a follow, pass the podcast on to your friends and family, and most of all, stay lengthy.